Hi, in this short guitar tutorial I will show you how I play this wonderful piece of music. And because this YouTube channel is not only about showing you how to play the right tones, but also about pushing your limits so you can become a better guitar player, I will show you a few tips on how to improve certain aspects of your guitar technique. If you want to download the PDF of my transcription, you will find it at guitarwithfox.com. After you sign up for free, you get the access to all of my transcriptions and you can download them for free. And that's about it. Let's start. The first shape is in the 6th position. And for many of you, this chord may not be really comfortable. Why? Because it creates quite an extension in your hand. For many of you, this may be an unusual stretch. And stretches in the left hand are also one of the topics of this video. One mistake that many people do when they play chords with uncomfortable extensions is that they focus solely on their fingers and they try to move them far away from their natural position, which is wrong in many ways. What you should focus instead is your wrist and hand alignment. Once my hand and my wrists are aligned, meaning they are in one line, when I open my hand, move my fingers this direction, they automatically stretch to the side in a very natural way. So your mission now is to experiment with this principle and find the most natural position where you extend your fingers in such a way that it feels really comfortable to play these chords. Again, don't focus on your fingers, focus on the right natural position instead. If you find the right position, your fingers will be very efficient. So start slowly exploring this principle and play with different forms and positions. It will help you to improve your technique significantly. But again, it needs time before you start to feel the difference in the positions. This process may take you some time and need some patience. So again, this is the first chord. The main emphasis should be on the first finger. The rest is quite free. Then you lift up your ring finger and your first finger and the little finger, they stay on the strings and you just slide with your little finger 1 fret lower and you add your middle finger to the A string. This is the next shape. So again, slowly. The next transition is quite easy. You just move the whole shape 2 frets lower. But again, don't lift up your fingers, just slide, okay? Every time you lift up all your fingers, you lose the contact with the strings, which again weakens the stability and control of your hand. So try to avoid it if you have the possibility. The next transition goes like this. And here the main emphasis is on the little finger. Your little finger stays now on the string. You play the transition and then you move your little finger towards your fingers. So again. And you see, here, this shape creates another quite uncomfortable stretch. And the mistake would be letting your hand and arm in the same position as in the previous chord and force only your fingers to stretch. So your goal now is to find a natural position where this shape feels comfortable. I solved this issue by moving my whole body towards the chord, especially my shoulder. Not a lot, it's a very subtle movement, but still it helps a lot, it makes a big difference. So my wrist is straight, there's one line, there's no curve, it's straight, and I move my shoulder closer to the hand. I will show you. It relieves the tension a little bit. Many people tend to make a mistake that they isolate the movement and focus only on their fingers. But guitar playing means body movement, moving with your shoulders, elbows, wrist. When all of this, I mean the big picture works, then the fingers work quite easily as well. So let me show you again very slowly. And then you go back to the first chord. You can play this version, or sometimes they also play this version of the chord. It's easier. They move the first finger 1 fret higher. Then it has this color, which is very beautiful. So you can use it as well. Okay, so that's it. That's the first part. For those who want to push their limits few levels higher, I created a course. It is called Effortless Fingerstyle Guitar, and it is designed as a 10 to 20 minutes daily guitar workout. I will cover many topics. I will show you exercises that will blow your mind. I will teach you how to practice, how to focus, and much more. But again, this course is not for everyone. It's really for the people who want to push their limits and who are willing to commit to something daily. If you're interested, the link is in the description below this video. Check it out. The second part is quite simple. I made it even easier because I wanted you to focus mainly on the stretches. So I tried to avoid the fretting technique. That's why I chose these fingerings with empty strings. So we start with this shape. And this triad. It's quite simple again. And then you move the whole shape 2 frets lower, but don't lift up your fingers. Again, slide, okay? And then you play a hammer on with your ring finger. When you play this kind of hammer-ons, don't use force, okay? My finger is in a close distance to the string. Much more important than using the force is the way how you land on the string. More specifically, the part of your finger that lands on the string. It should be your fingertip, and in an optimal case, you should reach 90 degrees angle. And yes, this technique is called a hammer-on for a reason, because your finger should work as a little precise hammer. Again, as you see, we don't talk much about the force, but about the right positioning. As Conor McGregor says, precision beats power. And he's so right. I mean, I can't wait for the fight between Floyd and Conor. Whoever wins, it will be fun. So we're here. The next transition leads us to C sharp major. Again, lift up your first finger and slide with your little finger. This is our lead finger. C sharp major. And then again, lift up all your fingers. Your little finger stays. And you slide again 1 fret higher. And you end up in this shape. And here I wanted to make it easier a little bit. So I avoided the fretting technique. In original you play fret here. But I chose this shape. Okay, I play instead of A, the B, but I hope I won't go to jail for this because it's still in the style of the song and you use this chord quite often, so I hope it's okay. Then you play an empty string, which buys you time to make this transition, and you slide with your little finger, with your middle finger, sorry. So empty string, slide with the middle finger, you play D with your middle finger here, and an octave. So again, now I'll play the whole place, slide, octave, and then I solve it like this. I play an empty string and I fret already this tone on the third string. Why? Because I prepare myself for the last chord so that I don't play, because that creates the gap. I just want legato. It's one phrase. When you listen to the song, sometimes they use different variations in the verse. I will play a different ending that you can use as well. So I start with a C sharp major triad, which you play at the end of the verse, and then you just slide to the D major chord. You slide with your little finger, you lift up all your fingers, you slide with the little finger, then you go to the C sharp sus chord. You play this chord from the A string, and then you just lift up your little finger and you play the last chord, F sharp minor, from the 6th string. So again, I play it slowly. Well, that's it. I hope this little tutorial helped you with this song and also gave you a few ideas on how to explore your guitar playing and positioning. And I hope this video will also give you some motivation to experiment with movement on guitar, because it's a very beautiful thing. Okay, thanks for watching and hopefully see you soon.